What is going on, boys and girls of YouTube? Today, I wanted to go over some season 6 shit. The top 5 gods, potential wise, going into season 6. Who I think the top 5 gods to play, top 5 gods to watch, the best or most what's the word I'm looking for? The gods that are going to go from either good where they're at or shit where they're at and have a huge improvement. The gods that are going to go through the most change from season 5 into season 6. I've broken them down because of different reasons, because of different things. Obviously, you can argue and you can drop what you believe in the comments. Please hit the subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. Hit the like button because I know you like these fucking videos. Just saying. Just saying. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Top 5 gods that are going to go through the most improvement, most change in from season 5 to season 6. First up on my list is going to be Ao Kwang. People were really back and forth about the change to him, specifically, like even me. Like specifically though, it's his passive. So his passive right now is every time you ult somebody, you gain a stack, gives you lifesteal, gives you power. They're scratching that completely, and now every 20 seconds, he is going to gain. Sorry, I wanted to move some stuff around here. All right, he's going to gain a stack every 20 seconds, non-combat, not fighting. He's going to gain a stack. These stacks are consumed by using an ability. It can stack 3 times, but it only uses 1 stack by using an ability, and it reduces the cooldown of the ability by 2 seconds. So your 3 right now, standard, no items, is on a 7-second cooldown. If you run Spear of Desolation and you run a Chronos Pendant in your build, 2 decently high power items if you're going a Mage Burst build, that's going to be 30% CDR. Late game, you're going to be able to get a 500 pot for another 10% CDR. You can run around with 40% CDR, reducing the cooldown of your Wildstorm to like, what is it, 4.5 seconds? I believe. I'm gonna quick calculator it up right here. So you've got a 7-second cooldown. You're gonna be taking off the full 40%, so it's gonna be 2.8 seconds off of the 7 seconds. So it's actually a 4.2 second cooldown with full CDR late game, right? You're probably gonna have full CDR. It's more than likely gonna happen, especially with the new movement speed pot, really late game. You will have 40% CDR at some point in the game. So late game, your 3 with a stack will be on a 2.2 second cooldown. 2.2 seconds. You're going to be able to spam your 2. You're going to be able to go into a fight, blink 2, put your 2 up, throw your 2 up, blink in, 3, auto, 3. That shit is going to do so much damage. And I feel like that is something people are not recognizing, people are not respecting. On top of that, you have 3 stacks going into the fight. Your 2 is going to go on a shorter cooldown. So at max rank, it's 11 seconds. Let's say you have the 40% CDR. You're looking somewhere at 6 seconds. So that's on a 4-second cooldown on your 2. And then your 1, if you have that 3rd stack, will go on a shorter cooldown. So once again, I don't feel like doing math, so I have the calculator to do it for me. You've got a 15-second cooldown. You are taking 40% off of it. So you got a 9-second cooldown on your 1 already. And then you take away that 2 seconds. Your 1's on a 7-second cooldown. Your potential to go into a fight, throw your 2 up. It's going to be drop down and cooldown. Blink, 3, auto, 3. Auto if it's safe, 1 out. And then all your abilities are coming back up again. They're going to be coming back up again very shortly. That's insane. The damage potential, the burst potential followed up by a second round of burst out of Ao Kwang is ridiculous. And I am so excited to see this on the PTS and so excited to see Kwang in season 6 because I really think that went under the radar, even by me. The more I read it, the more I felt like it was seriously going under the radar, drastically under the radar. So that's our number 1 god to look out for season 6. Number 2 on my list is Thoth, the Thothinator. So this is another thing that I think went under a lot of people's radar. When I first heard this, I was like, what the fuck? They're taking off the stun off of the 2. The 2 will no longer stun. The 2 will root the first target hit. It will pass through that target, and any other enemies hit, it will slow them. So at first, you're like, fuck, they took away his hard CC. GG, that's dumb. I hate it. That's like your first reaction. But if you think about it, Thoth has so much AoE. He already has a pass-through ability. His 1 is going to go through targets and hit everybody. His ultimate's going to do the same. And now his 2 is going to do the same while also rooting somebody for your team and for yourself to hit more and slowing the other targets. Your potential to go in and 2-3 throw your 2 out, hit 3 different targets, and then won those 3 targets because they're so slow trying to get the fuck out is insane. Follow up with an ultimate. I think Thoth is coming back season 6. I think the damage, we just forgot about how many. They also buffed his ult. The scaling on his ult is going from 100 to 120%. The damage on his 1 is also going up 15 damage per shot, I believe. So Thoth is going to be insane damage-wise. I'd say he might become like top 3 mages next to Hera and just what we're already seeing. Honestly, he might be top 2. It might be Hera and Thoth. It's kind of what I'm expecting season 6. This is obviously a little bit of speculation. We know the changes, but this is how I think the changes are going to affect him in season 6. This is another god I am very much on the lookout for season 6. I am paying very close attention to what he can do. I mean, you're dropping off the boots and able to pick up another item. So he might be running around with 40% CDR. He might be running around with another high damage item. He might be getting the new Doom Orb and getting 165 power while running around. Who knows what the fuck Thoth is going to be doing in season 6, but I have a very strong sense that it's going to be big and he's going to move up from not played to played all the time off of these changes. Honestly, not a doubt in my mind that it's going to happen. I really do expect it. All right, number 3 on the list is going to be not a mage. It's going to be Osiris. So they already buffed warriors. They're getting 10% base or 10 base health, right? They're buffing warrior's blessing, so you get a little bit more heal out of it. I think it might even be a little bit tankier. I want to double check here. So yeah, they're increasing the base health by 10, the base HP by per level by 3. So they're increasing health, which is dope. I want to get the Warrior's Blessing real quick. Make sure. All right, so yeah, Warrior's Blessing is just the health restored from 30 to 40. That's not a big change. The big change for me is the health base, flat health base, right? And then they buffed Osiris in general. They buffed his 1 and his 2. They both do more damage. So the 1 right now is doing 60 to 260 damage. It is going to be increased from 70 to 270. 10 more damage if you're spamming and landing all of your sickles early game is actually destruction. And realize 5-second cooldown, right? It's on a 5-second cooldown. Imagine 20 more damage every fucking 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, you're able to pump out 20 more damage on your target. On top of that, your 2, currently 75 to 290 damage, is going up from 80 to 295. So they added 5 damage to this, which is on a 10-second cooldown. So every 10 seconds, you're able to do another 25 damage to your target. That is a lot. It honestly is a lot of damage. On top of the base health increasing, he's just going to be an annoying god. He's going to be a spammy, frustrating, pokey, annoying god. I still think his late game will probably struggle, but his early game is going to be better. And recognize that if you're a solo laner, recognize that as a jungler, I'm going to play him. I'm going to have higher health running around. I'm going to be able to poke more. I'm playing some Osiris jungle in the PTS and in season 6 at the beginning. I want to see what his potential is. I think it's a lot higher. I think these small changes are just literally right under the radar for most players. And I think a lot of the top players are going to be talking about Osiris. And I think you're going to see him at the high level play at least a little bit, if not a shit ton. And I know it's small changes, but Smite is all about the small stuff. And the small stuff is what makes a god go from average to great, from shit to good. It's a big spike, and there's a lot of potential there. So that's number 3 on our list. This is in no order, by the way. These are just the 5 gods that come to that. I looked over this stuff, and these are the gods that came to mind. Number 5 on the list is Baka. And people are gonna be like, well, he didn't touch Baka, blah, 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 blah. Baka's already being played now, right? Like the meta isn't changing a shit ton. He is being played in the meta right now. He is very, very, very annoying. Now, they didn't fuck up his early game. They didn't fuck up his mid game. They didn't change anything about him, right? His late game is where you're going to see these crazy season 6, this crazy Baka season 6. So with the new consumable, it replaces boots. It's 2,000 gold, so it's going to be a very late game item. It does not stack with boots, so it replaces boots. So you will sell boots and buy a 6th item, right? So say you're running around on Bakasura. We'll just say we're gonna go with the attack speed boots for right now. You're getting a katana. A lot of people are liking the Atalanta's bow. A lot of people are liking. You have to have pen, hilarious, ha ha ha, right? You gotta have some pen. So we're getting that, we're getting Kins, and we're getting an Oboe. Oboe is also receiving a buff, right? So this should put us at cap attack speed. Actually, these items right here put us over. Normally, we'll pretend. We'll say we have power boots, because usually I go power boots. So your cap attack speed without your passive on Baka syrup. No creeps, last hit eaten, whatever, right? Now you're going to be able to sell the boots, keep the movement speed, and buy a new item. That new item is going to be Silver Branch Bow. Silver Branch Bow is getting 10 more power in Season 6. It already has a 35% attack speed, and the passive is for every 0.02 attack speed you're over cap, you get 1 power. I am fairly certain with this build right here, you're sitting at 25 extra power. So in Season 6, this item is going to give you 60 physical power on Baka syrup with this build. 60 physical power. That's without... Sorry. That's without your... Fucking up here. Without your passive. Which is giving you 8% attack speed with 3 stacks. So without your passive, you're already getting 60 power out of the item. With your passive, I don't know the numbers. I'm not running the math right now. I'm going to say 70 power. So you're going to have a physical item, attack speed, a physical power attack speed item, giving you 70 power, penetration, and attack speed. If you think late game, that's not going to fuck you up, you're crazy. I think that change is going to be the end with the Silver Branch buff. I think we're going to see a lot more Silver Branch Bow. I picked out Baka syrup, but I think gods like Apollo and other gods with attack speed in their kits. Like Apollo already could get some value out of Silver Branch. Is one of the few gods that could. Not common, not really the best, but he could get some value out of it. I think once people start running the numbers and running the math behind everything, we're going to see some crazy fucking shit. We are going to see some crazy shit with the gods that have steroids as attack speed or passes as attack speed buffs. And we're going to see some shit that's going to hurt. And that's why I think Bakasura is another god to look out for. Season 6. It's right around the corner, boys and girls. This is stuff you got to think about. And our last god is going to be probably lower on the hype end. It's going to be Poseidon. So they buffed his base protection. Physical protections. It's like 2.2 up to 2.6. So early game is a little bit tankier. Now, that has nothing to do with it for me. I think overall, Poseidon has a lot of potential anyway, and it's just kind of not seen, right? I think a lot of the early game is known. Everyone knows how early game aggression is great, blah, 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 blah. Having Poseidon force Aegises on the other team is great, awesome, fantastic. But for me, it's the new item. So they have changed Doom Orb if you haven't seen already. Right now, Doom Orb is a tier 2 item with 70 power. They have changed they've changed Doom Orb completely. It now has a tier 3 item. The tier 3 is 135 power. And then similar passive, you get movement speed. I think the stacks are about the same. I think the time is about the same. So it's a movement speed item. It's 3,000 gold. It's a move, and again, oh sorry, and you do get the power as well from the stacks. So it's 135 power item that is giving you movement speed, right? I wanna bring up the specific statistics, just or stats, numbers, whatever. Make sure I have the values and the cost right. So sorry, Doom Orb is 3,300 gold. Apparently, I thought it was 3,000 gold. It's 3,300 gold. Now that's a very expensive item, but it gives you a flat 6% movement speed, flat, not stacked. So Doom Orb is gonna become a 3,300 gold item, 135 magical power. Gives you 200 mana, gives you 25 MP5, and gives you 6% movement speed, as well as the passive of giving you 1 stack for every enemy minion you kill or assist on. It gives you movement speed, and gives you 6 magical power. Stacks 5 times. So 30 power at max stacks, 6% more movement speed. So it's 12% movement speed on an item on a god that's already fast, on the top of 160 power, right? Is that what I said? 165 power is what you'll be running around with. So you've seen Zeus run Doom Orb first item. It became like a meta. Like in Pro League, people were doing it. They were running boots and rushing Doom Orb because the damage was just insane. I don't really know the math behind it, but it was pretty crazy. Now you're going to be able to rush boots, farm your dick off on a fast-ass god like Poseidon who can throw his whirlpool out of the wave and leave and go farm a camp at the same time. And then you're going to throw an item that makes him 12% faster, gives him 165 power, and still lets him sustain with the mana and the MP5. Now, I know it's a very expensive item. It is a shit ton to commit into. So if the meta can shift away from early fights, or you're playing a team comp that is allowing for you to not have to rely fully on your mage having items to do the damage, Poseidon can get away with a lot of damage without items. I actually think he's one of the few gods that might make Doom Orb work. I realize steep cost. It's like 1,000 gold more than most items you're going to be buying. It is extremely expensive. However, if you're able to rush into that and use it to get more farm and use it to rotate to fights and force really strong fights in your team's favor, and then use the gold you gain from that to buy slightly cheaper items and just spike really fast, your early mid game spike will be better than any other mage that I can see coming out. And that makes me excited. I am ready to see a Doom Orb, super fast, extremely hard hitting Poseidon in the game. And that's what we're going to see in Season 6. Those are my top 5 gods to be looking out for in Season 6 based on their changes from Season 5 to Season 6, either whether it be items or buffs or changes, whatever to the game. That's where I'm at, boys and girls. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Who are your gods to look out for in Season 6? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Drop that comment. Let me know. Let me know if you agree, disagree, what gods you think. I want to know. I'm serious. I want to know.